beautiful day out. And of course, in the efforts of taking the car out a little bit more, taking it to the gym, and I also need to get gas. I'm pretty picky about filling up Chevron only for this car. So there's that. It's also kind of annoying, the area I'm in. Chevron's not very close, or if there are some that are nearby, it's 50 to 80 cents more per gallon versus driving, I don't know, 5 minutes away. Or 5 minutes further away, that is. Car definitely sounds a lot better than before. I've been thinking about it a little bit more on kind of the bolts rattling loose, and I kind of feel like it may have been because of the X-pipe flange. The flange opening is pretty large. So if anyone watched the last video, I added a washer because one of the bolts were missing. Then after looking at it, the factory stud portion of it doesn't have that big of a surface area to kind of hold on to the aftermarket X-pipe. So I have a feeling that may have contributed to it. Or I could just be making excuses. I didn't tighten it enough. So time will tell. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed the framing of the video. I lost my POV head mounts. Actually, I don't want to say lost yet. I'm pretty sure I misplaced it. I looked all over. I thought I had left it in the car where my tripod is, but I don't know. Started digging around. I had no luck. Didn't want to spend too much time just looking for it, so threw it back on the what is this? Fixed mount. I also didn't realize DJI just came out, or well, came out in the past 6 months with a new, I guess like a micro POV Go camera, which is pretty cool. I'm contemplating picking that up. Just because it's a lot lighter. It comes with a hat clip already, so I don't know. But then there's the predicament of now I'll have 2 action cameras. Go, the charger. that's not a Charger, that's a Challenger. Aha. Tiffany blue, pretty cool. But yeah, so think about picking up that new camera just because it'll be a lot easier to film with, but kind of thinking if it makes sense to have two action cameras. I've also been thinking about getting the Osmo, but I think they are refreshing that relatively soon, so I don't know, we'll see. So nice out. If anyone knows the Bay Area, it technically should be raining quite a bit at this point in time, so it's nice whenever we can kind of seize the day. Anyways, just getting to the gym now, so I'll pick back up after. We'll go from there. thinking about going to Home Depot after getting gas. I started seeing this one light from Husky, Home Depot's brand, go viral. It's like a little tripod LED work light. So then it kind of piqued my interest, and I went down the rabbit hole of like tools. Then I saw that they had this like beam-like light that has magnets and a hook, so it would work if I'm on jack stands or underneath the hood without having to mess around with a light that just keeps rolling over. So tempted to go to Home Depot. And then on that thought, I also went into a rabbit hole with Harbor Freight as well. The little 1/4-inch ratchet tool sets. So we'll see. Full-on soccer game going on. So here's like the interesting part with all the gas stations. Like this Shell right here, without a car wash, premium is $4.69 a gallon. Now just watch as we go down 2-3 lights. So $4.69. Okay. All right, so that wasn't too far, right? Here's a Shell and a Chevron, so. Oh, actually, I'm kind of wrong. It's $4.79 for Shell. Chevron is, I think, might be the same thing, huh? All right, might have been wrong with the Shell, but there's a Chevron right here, and there's also two more lights down. That's, I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 15 cents cheaper than this one, but out of convenience, I'm gonna go to this one because the freeway entrance is just right here. I've always been kind of curious on how gas stations price. Like, obviously it's location, there's also competition, but it's like, are you doing research every single day and adjusting, or is there like a truce with your competitors? But also you're competing against your own brand, right? Chevron here, Chevron down there. How does that work? $4.79. All right, so that was 11 gallons of gas for 133 miles. Solid 13.3 miles per gallon. I wonder if my MPG will improve now slightly, because I felt like with the exhaust leak, it was kind of unmetered exhaust. That should affect it, right?
or that would affect it. I don't know. Anyways, I was able to utilize my Chevron rewards. So I got 25 cents off per gallon. So I paid, what was it, $4.52? Forgot to turn M mode on. This thing is super thick. Is this a Bronco? Is that factory? No, it can't be factory. It has to be aftermarket flares and wheels. I know they make a Raptor, but I don't think that is a factory. I don't know. Kind of annoying. I don't know if anyone knows, but when it has huge ass wheels like that, it just kicks up rocks on everyone else. And it doesn't have any mud guards, so I'm not trying to stay behind him. Prius. Now you're trying to save gas. I'd like one as well, but I wouldn't be driving it like that.